Okay, so here we are, exercise 3, checking a pay stub. Now, there can be mistakes made when they're doing your paychecks, so you need to look at it to make sure you're getting paid exactly what you should. So if we look at number 1, so Nora looks at her schedule from the past 2 weeks. She works 6 hours each on 4 days the first week. Okay, so in 4 days, so over 4 days, she worked 6 hours each day. So if she did that, 6 hours times 4 days is 24 hours. Okay. 7 hours on each on 5 days during the second week. So 5 days, and she works 7 hours each of those days. So that would be 35 hours that she worked the second week. I'm sorry, I can't read my writing. I can't either. How many hours did she work that pay period? Well, 1 week she worked 35. 1 week she worked 24. And if you add those together, 4 and 5 is 9, 2 and 3 is 5. So she worked 59 hours during those 2 weeks. There we go. How much should Nora's gross pay be? Well, her pay should be the number of hours times how much she made per hour. Now, sometimes you get into overtime when you work more than 40 hours, but that's not what they're looking for here. They just want to know how much her gross pay should be. She made $12 an hour, but she didn't work 48 hours. She worked 59 hours. So 59 times 12 would give you her gross pay. So Nora brings her pay stub to her boss and points out that there's been a mistake there. And the manager agrees to give her a second check to make up the difference. All right, so what happens is, how much should that check be? So we're looking at the 59 hours she worked times her $12 an hour. We're looking for an amount of money that she should have made working 59 hours compared to 48 hours. So that's what you're going to be looking for number 3. Number 4, when Nora works overtime, she works 1.5 times. She makes time and a half. So she makes her regular $12 an hour, but if you take 12 times 1.5, her overtime, she would be making $18 an hour. So 1.5 times her rate will give you how much she makes on overtime. So that would be how you do number 4 there. Okay, so let's jump to the second page here. This is exercise 4, page 82. Sam is manager of an office supply company. He is salaried, so his rate is salary, and he's paid every month. Okay, so if he's paid every month, he's paid 12 times per year. Okay, and that's his gross pay, and that's how much he takes home, and these are all of his deductions. Notice that his state taxes is 0. So he could live in Alaska where there's no state taxes. But they're taking out federal, Medicare, and Social Security insurance. Social Security and also insurance. So he gets quite a bit deducted. Over $1,000 taken out of his paycheck every month. All right, so what percent of Sam's gross pay was taken out for his insurance? So right here, here's a tip. To find a percent, which is what we're doing here, divide the part by the total and convert the decimal to a percent. So we're going to divide the part by the total and move the decimal 2 points. So we'll get to that in a second. So what percent of Sam's gross pay was taken out for his insurance. So his gross pay was $47.50. Okay, that is, divide the part by the total. That is the total. So what is the part? The part is his insurance right here. $439.75. So we divided the part that we're looking at here is insurance, by the total. That's how much he made. So we're going to take and divide that out and find out what the percent is. The next one says, what percent of Sam's gross pay went to pay federal and state taxes? So again, we're going to put his gross pay down here. And what's the part? Federal and state. So we're going to look at how much was deducted from federal, which is right here, and state. State was 0. That's the part. And then you'll figure out what 2 is. What percent of Sam's gross pay did he keep? Okay, so the total and the part. Part is what percent of his gross pay did he keep? What he kept, remember, that is called net. So his net pay was right there. That's the part, and that's the whole. So 3249.52 is the part. So go ahead and answer number 3 there. And that is it for the course. So you made it through the entire course, and we are done.